Hey friends, welcome back. Caitlin from CalFresh here, and I am so glad you're here today. Let's start, like always, with our quick reminders. Be kind, don't yuck my yum, and remember, you never have to try anything, but it's always good to try new things. Today's lesson is all about making meals healthier and being smart in the grocery store. First up, our taste test. Today, I have a dried apple. If you have a mystery food in front of you, don't touch it just yet. We're going to use our 5 senses to explore it together. Are you ready? First up, sight. Look at your mystery food. What color is it? What shape is it? Now smell. Give it a big whiff. What does the smell remind you of? All right, feel. How does it feel in your hand? Is it sticky? Is it dry? Let's give it a little listen next to our ear. Does it make a crunch or maybe a squish sound? And lastly, if you're feeling brave, take a tiny taste. What flavors do you notice? Take a moment to try drawing or describing what you experienced using all 5 senses. All right, time for our thumb survey. Each time we try a food, we'll use our thumb survey to show what we thought about it. Thumbs up means I like it. Thumb sideways means it was okay. And thumbs down means no thanks, not for me. What do you give your food item today? Let's get our brains going. Raise your hand if you've ever been to a grocery store. Now, think about this. How do you help your family when it's time to buy groceries or plan a meal? Excellent answer, everyone. Now, let's move on to making meals healthier. Sometimes we eat snacks or meals that are missing just one thing. Maybe they don't have that many colors. Maybe they don't have all the food groups. On your worksheet, you'll see a meal like this: fried chicken, white rice, salad with lettuce and cucumbers, and whole milk. What do you notice about this meal? It has some good things: chicken for protein, a little bit of salad, and even a grain with the rice. But how could we make it even better? Let's think back to everything we've learned. Could we add some more color? Could we add more food groups? Could we rethink the drink? Maybe we bake or grill the chicken instead of frying it. Maybe we could swap the white rice for brown rice, maybe for some more fiber. We could add more colors to the salad, maybe some tomatoes, some shredded carrots. And instead of whole milk, maybe we try some water or low-fat milk instead. You don't have to change everything. Just 1 or 2 small swaps can make a huge difference. Now, it's your turn. Look at the meals on your worksheet and see what healthy upgrades you can come up with. Remember, think about adding color, adding in food groups, and how processed the foods might be. Nice job. Now, we're headed to the grocery store. Well, kind of. Close your eyes. Picture your local grocery store. Where are the fruits and veggies? How about the milk, the cheese? Can you picture where the bread is? How about the candy aisle? Most stores are organized in a similar way. Around the outside edges of the store, you'll find the freshest foods. That's where you'll find your fruits, your veggies, your meat and your dairy. In the center aisles, you'll find more boxed or packaged foods. Not all packaged foods are bad. Some are great choices, like canned beans or frozen corn. But sometimes they can be full of sugar, salt, or some of those ingredients that we don't recognize. Take a moment to map out your local grocery store with your class. Before we wrap up, let's go over a few tips for outsmarting the grocery store. First, try not to shop when you're hungry. Everything smells good, and it's harder to make healthy choices. Second, stick to your list. If your family makes a plan ahead of time, it's way easier to choose what you need and not just what looks good in the moment. Third, try to spend most of your time in those outer edges of the store. That's where those fresher foods usually are. Time for our discussion question. What's one meal that you would like to make, and what ingredients might you need for this? Maybe spaghetti, tacos, or even a sandwich. Great answers. Thinking about ingredients is the first step to planning a healthy meal. Now let's get back to our topic. Now it's time for our recipe demonstration. Today we're making something a little surprising but super yummy. This is gonna be cookie dough hummus. Here's what you're gonna need. 1 cup of garbanzo beans, drained and rinsed. 1/4 cup of nutseed or sunflower seed butter. 1/4 cup of maple syrup or honey. Today we're using honey. We're gonna have 1/2 teaspoon of vanilla extract, a little bit of cinnamon, and as many chocolate chips as our heart desires. Today it's gonna be 1/2 cup. All right, all you have to do for this recipe is mix everything in except the chocolate chips. You're gonna mix it in a blender or a food processor until it's smooth. Let's get started. Garbanzo beans. Here is our sunflower seed butter. Perfect. We've got our honey. We'll add in that vanilla extract for a little sweetness. And just a sprinkle of cinnamon. Perfect. Go ahead and top your blender or your food processor, and let's give it a spin. All right, now we're gonna transfer the contents to the bowl. Okay, now that I've blended together all those ingredients, I'm gonna add in my chocolate chips. Again, you can add as much as you would like, just don't add all the chocolate chips. Give that a good stir. And ta-da! You have a sweet, creamy, protein-packed cookie dough hummus. This would be great served with apple slices or maybe even some pretzels. You don't need a fancy kitchen to make healthy food. This is one example on how we can rethink snack time. Time for our knowledge check. Which of these is a nutritious snack that adds color to your plate? A, a bag of gummy worms. B, a handful of baby carrots. C, a plain bagel. Or D, a fruity soda. The answer is B, a handful of baby carrots. They give us vitamins and color, unlike candy or soda. Where do the freshest foods usually live in the grocery store? A, by the cash register. B, on the candy aisle. C, near the bread. Or D, on the outer edges of the store. The answer is D, on the outer edges of the store. That's where you'll find fruits, vegetables, dairy, and meat. True or false? Adding herbs like basil to your spaghetti can boost its nutrition. The answer is true. Herbs like basil or cilantro can add flavor and nutrients to your meals. Take a moment to think about this. What's one way you can build a healthier plate the next time you eat? Maybe it's adding in some extra color. Maybe it's adding water instead of a sugary drink. Or maybe it's trying a new food, like this sweet hummus. Think about it and share with your class, or write out your answers if you're watching solo. Thanks for joining me again today. You're doing a great job learning how to take care of your body and your mind. I'll see you next time for our final episode, where we'll get moving together and talk about how being active helps us feel our best. Until next time, stay curious, stay kind, and keep making those healthy choices. See ya!